There.
Yeah.
There you go, brother.
Can't do it.
Oh, I wouldn't think so. Not everybody's on there.
What's going on?
Oh, well.
it
Page two.
Sorry. Oh, yeah. I wasn't questioning.
Don't tell nobody.
Yeah, you want
All right, we'll call the finance committee meeting to order. Here, if you want to do a roll call.
Mr. Bale,
Here.
Mr. Drexel,
Here.
Mr. Horton.
Here.
Mrs. Showerman here, Mr. Scatella,
Here.
Mr. Wodowski,
Here.
Mr. Copeland.
Here. Okay. First item on the agenda, ordinance number 35, first 2024 capital projects fund budget supplemental appropriation of $1.9 million in the creation of a new line item for prison roof replacements. First read at our last meeting. Have any comments or thoughts on that? I think we had any appropriate from the administration speak on it further. Paul, do you have any further comments?
No,
about the roof? Keep that on the agenda. Ordinance number 36, 2024. First 2024 planning fund budget supplemental appropriation of $184,000 for PAGCD home Cheeto grants for hands. First read was the last meeting. Spoke to us the last finance meeting about this. Anything further to add with that?
No, we're here for another item on the agenda, but if you have any questions about this one, we're happy to answer them. This is the past through for hands.
Yep. Look forward with that. Ordinance number 37, second 2024 public health fund budget supplemental appropriation of $15,000 for NBC grant funds. Environmental protection, first read at the last meeting, we discussed this at the prior finance meeting. Concerns? Right. Ordinance number 38, 2024, third 2024 public health fund budget supplemental appropriation of $39,700 for each grant award of Department of Health. First read at the last meeting. Second. Ordinance number 39, amendment to the administrative code for the Department of Public Health, we discussed the last meeting. Sir.
Yeah, since the director's sick, could you just briefly outline the material changes in kind of vaguely remember, but didn't look at major stuff.
Sure.
What are we amending?
So what we're doing is amending essentially our division structure to support how we're currently operating and how we think is sustainable for us to maintain in the future. We had done quite a bit of expanding during COVID. There's not a need for those divisions to exist now. We feel very comfortable if we need to expand in the future, it will fit nicely into the divisions as we have them outlined in the packet. So it's really just to support our decision to operate in the manner that's outlined on your chart.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
As soon as you started talking, it kind of came back to my remembrance.
Number 6 for first read 2024 public health fund budget supplemental appropriation $376 for additional grant funds for public health preparedness and PA Department of Health.
Yeah, so we've received some additional funds that have rolled over from our COVID grant for public health preparedness, and we're looking to just get those added into our budget with this ordinance request. We do need, if at all possible, to respectfully ask for a second read. Some of the funds, the timeline has to be expended by the end of this month. It's outlined in your packet. We received the fully executed contract on May 23rd, which was the last finance and personnel meeting. So as soon as we got it on the agenda with the summer schedule. It doesn't permit us to do anything earlier. So we are asking for a second read for those funds to be added. They will be able to continue into our budget for next year through June 30 of 2025. So it gives us a little bit more time to spend them, but if we want to do anything in this state fiscal year, we have to have them added to our budget as soon as possible.
Forward with that. So let's go into the second read at our caucus.
I support that.
All right, number 7 for first read 2024, but general fund budget supplemental appropriation $74,879 for release of restricted automation fees and the, go ahead on here, what's that word? The thonotary, is that
There you
right?
go, you got
The
it.
thonotary office, finally. And Aubrey, if you want to go ahead and speak to, I think you have 7 through 10 as a
Yeah, if
one.
you want me to, I can, this is just, how things have been done, it's a procedure we have to do, we have to follow the guidelines. This money is money that we bring into the county, it can only be used on certain specific things. It has to be released for us to do anything with it, and it doesn't matter if we spend it all or part of it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Harvey. Mr. Chipman? Yeah, I just want to thank you and your staff too, because I know you rarely come to us for anything for yourself. But I know there have been some expenditures that your office, because of the work that you do, and the income that's derived from it, we've been able to be a blessing to the other departments in the county. I don't think that's to go on record. So thank you so very much.
I did have one question, Paul, I had emailed you about this prior. Just trying to understand that these funds, were 7 through 10 currently sit in a restricted fund. I noticed that on the finalized sheet on the back where you're showing the ordinances coming out, those restricted funds are considered part of the fund balance?
Yeah.
Okay,
That's what those, I should have called you after I sent you that stuff, hopefully.
I meant to call
You
you.
follow, like. We restrict portions of the general fund balance for X, Y, or Z, and in this case, it was for their project, so they can only be spent as such.
So it's already just like a line item. So
Yeah, we came down, or Aubrey came down, and we talked about this last fall, where they bought that new software and, attorneys from Philadelphia now, and I don't want to speak to the attorneys from Philadelphia won't be able to get online and sign up for cases or dockets or whatever, so that they, will get money immediately, and it'll just make the whole process go quick.
Just for my own educational purposes at some time, and I'm not asking for any time past, but when we've talked about the general fund, we've kind of talked about it like it's the same pot of money. Do you think that you could give a breakdown of that general fund at some point? With what portion of that sits in restricted funds versus just general unallocated monies?
Yeah.
At some point.
Brian will have the book ready in about a week or two,
That's good too.
so then that'll show right there.
Yeah. I just was a little surprised to see that show up as like a general fund, but that helps. Okay, number 8, much the same thing. I'm assuming we're gonna move forward with that one. And 8 through 10, much the same, it's $92,017 for, in the court's office. Move forward with that. Same with, number 9, $174,859. Release restricted automation fees in the Register of Wills office. And number 10, 2024, $308,973 for record improvement funds. Move all of those. Okay, number 11, fun. 2024 library fund budget supplemental appropriation of $15,351 from the. I'm gonna try that last name. Library fund donation. Please.
Sure, so that is a standing endowment that's managed by the Erie Community Foundation, passed through the Erie Regional Library Foundation that supports our yearly fee for a public-facing database, as well as a membership that provides genealogical resources in our heritage book. All of those are public-facing.
It's just acceptance of the funds.
Just accepting the funds and allowing us to spend them on those.
So that comes to Heritage Room. It's one of my favorite places to visit in the library system.
We, through the membership that we use this money for, we have resources available to us that.
Very, 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 very.
And congratulations, by the way, on your appointments. Wonderful to have you. I have a lot of friends that work in the library, and all of them rejoiced when we heard that you were appointed, so I'm really excited about that.
Glad to hear that. I hope that continues.
Yes. Let's hope.
No problem. Is that a good joke?
I told him you laughed harder than you should. All right, that's what, we'll move forward with that. Number 12, 2024 library fund budget supplemental appropriation. 2024 library fund budget supplemental appropriation of $2,000 for donation from UPMC for 2024 summer reading challenge sponsorship.
So this is the monetary portion of a larger partnership with UPMC. As we worked to bring a more meaningful summer library program, we are adding in health literacy programming for children and adults. They are providing us with programming, and they have also provided us with funds for program resources as well as incentives to hopefully bring more people into the library to participate in programs.
There. That. Number 13, 2024 library again. Appropriation of $500 for donation from the Riverview Intermediate Unit for the Remake Learning Program.
This is a grant that, for which we applied that has been used to purchase or will be used to purchase STEM materials to offer STEM programming as part of library programs, as well as to supplement what we have for tours for school students and homeschool students.
You get the direct position, we get 3 things of new money. All right.
And I have more to come, so.
All right. Number 14, approval of the redevelopment assistance capital program. Grant application, the cooperative agreement among Erie County General Authority, the Enterprise Development Center of Erie County, and the County of Erie for the EMI Property Development Project. See, Tina with this today. Anybody else to speak to that? I did call her to ask about it. It's the same thing we just planned, did at the last meeting, just approving them to be able to receive those funds. Or administer the grant, I should say. There with that. Number 15, resolution of Erie County, or what's that, Jim? Oh, resolution of the County of Erie authorizing the filing of an application for funds with the Department of Community and Economic Development, Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Soon, that's why you're here.
That's over here. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My colleague Abby Height, she's our program manager for housing rehab and planning. We have been, as you know, looking for more opportunities in the home rehab space to help our low to moderate income folks in all of Erie County to rehabilitate their homes. This is an opportunity for new funding for Erie County called the Home Program. It's called Existing Owner Occupied Housing Grant. It would provide $750,000 to Erie County to put into rehabilitation of homes. It would allow us to, if at maximum, we put a $25,000 cap on those homes for those repairs. Could be interior, exterior, whatever is needed to make those homes more habitable. And we'd be able to do, if we capped out, we'd be able to do approximately 27 new homes rehabilitated throughout Erie County. This would be, we're required by the grant application to come before you with a resolution. We also will be having a public hearing before you next week, before your council meeting, to let any public to speak about how important this is. You know, we have a whole home repairs grant that we've got last year that we've started to implement those dollars in rehabbing homes. And because of that initiative, we found a significant need. So the dollars we have now will rehab approximately 75 homes in Erie County, and we have a waiting list somewhere upwards of 192 homes. So we know there's a lot of need, so we're taking this opportunity to apply for the maximum grant, $750,000, to continue to do more in the rehab space. We will partner with both redevelopment authorities, the City of Erie Redevelopment Authority and the Quarry Redevelopment Authority to actually do that inspection and contracting and working with the construction firms in the field, and we'll administer the funds and make sure the guidelines are followed and all the steps with applicants and things like that are done properly. And we are able to take a little bit of admin from this fund to support Abby's time on the job and making sure we continue and have our operations and planning funded for this type of work. So this is just our first step to apply for those funds.
Yeah, well, you alluded to city and county redevelopment authority, so. Hoping that there's equitable distribution of the program throughout the county. It's not just a city
Right.
or a county, yeah, but that it's inclusive and equitable. Is there a means of ensuring that, or is that would that be a goal?
The goal would be to use these dollars kindly. We know the need is everywhere, so. You know,
Well, I didn't say countywide, I said equitably and inclusive. Is there a metric or rubrics or is there an intent to distribute that program? Equitably. I mean, you have 190 people, waiting lists. Say you do 90 applicants, or 89 are going to be the county.
the application process would be more or less first come, first serve in terms of them applying and getting the proper documentation and making sure they qualify. So we are not making that determination based on anything other than a first come, first served basis. When they prepare their application, the documents are in place, then they're next on the list. It goes in that type of order.
I'm suggesting.
Mhm.
In accordance with resolution 40. September 8th, 2020. Declare racism a health emergency crisis. 2.7% home ownership amongst the Black population of the county of Erie. I'm probably suggesting that there should be some intentionality about the distribution and equitability and inclusion in that program. First come, first serve seems like, okay, but all communities don't have the capacity or don't receive the information that the funds have been distributed. And I think that an organization like yours, based and founded in the county, that want to try to live up to the expectations of that resolution. And I think that there would be an opportunity for some intentionality. I think it's probably gonna be 98%. Because there's only 2.7% Black homeowners.
Right.
God, makes me sick to my stomach.
Yeah, and it's owner
Sounds criminal,
occupied.
don't, makes you sick, don't. So it has to be some intentionality.
Has to be owner occupied.
Yeah, gotcha.
I guess to Andre's point, the program has been very successful. You've had a lot of people. How is that out? How have you reached those people to know that that resource is there? Because I think a lot of times in communities, they're just not aware that that's a resource available to them, and the intention sometimes can be just in how you broadcast that information to the community and outreach. I mean, is there a component there to reach out into the community and let them know that there's?
We have done media outreach. We have it on our website. We have reached out to our partner agencies to let them know. So, and our municipal leaders need to know about the opportunities. So we can do further outreach once we secure these grant funds. Because there's so much need, we don't have enough dollars yet, but if we get these additional dollars, that will help us to be able to get those dollars.
I was just thinking maybe like a workshop or something like that, at some of the community centers to let people know that that's a resource available to them and train them on what does it look like to apply for this grant, how do you tie into that, to probably help them.
Partner with DEIC, who under that resolution 43 is looking at home ownership, and that it's kind of in that space. Two, is there is there a way to quantify who's received it right now, who's already received the first iteration of it, what that looks like, just for data, not to embarrass or say, but just to know.
We're required under the current dollars to report to DCED where the funds are spent. We do have a record of every home that's
So
really
like
have.
section 3 stuff. Yeah, can we get the section 3 information?
Well, that would be the contractor. Section 3, right, is the WBE and the contractor listing, which of course we invite anybody to be contracted. But in terms of whose houses are being rehabbed, we do have that information because we're required to report it back to the funding source.
I'm thinking section 3 information, not just in terms of contracting,
Okay.
but just in terms of demographics. Just in terms of demographics. Because it just. All of the means that you described, and I know they're probably not all inclusive of disseminating the information. Black and brown people not getting that information. They ain't checking the website, they nobody's going to, maybe it's a workshop with some, I don't know, but they're not. I mean, they have internet, broadband, they don't have anybody who looks like us at the table to disseminate the information. I'm just suggesting that maybe it might be an opportunity to align with our institution. And with some attention. Can't be 100% all white. First come, first serve, other times. Just. I digress. Up to you, just. I'm not.
We'll look into it. We'll look into it.
We'll work through it.
No objection, we'll move that forward. And last, possible sale of parcel from the repository for unsold property at, not gonna read the index number, and offered by Tyler Eastman for 227 South First Avenue.
Yeah, no, mention.
I don't know, man.
Number 17, Paul.
If all the ordinances on the finance agenda today pass, the estimated fund balance in the general fund will be $22,070,655 above what's needed, which is currently $22,321,873.
Any other comments there?
Move on to the personnel agenda.
Okay, Jim, don't take all day, man.
He's got 3 things.
Number 1. Possible appointment of Rebecca Hoover to the Erie County Care Management, term to expire December 31st, 2027. She was brought forward by Ms. Schauman. Number 2, possible appointment of Mark D. Lewis to Erie County Gaming Revenue Authority. Mr. Lewis will replace Carol Lowell, who resigned, term to expire December 31st, 2025. Also brought forward by Ms. Schauman. Then there's the ordinance number 13. Way back then, 2024, appointed officials salary ordinance, director of administration. At the first read, February 13th, 2024, we tabled it to 27/24. Any comments on that? Anything else for the good of the order? Move to adjourn? Thought I- 30 seconds.
You the man, you the man.